Hey y'all, so today I feel like sewing and I have some scraps here, so let's make a little mug rug. Okay, when making a mug rug, you can make it any size. You can make it as big or a square or rectangle or any size that you want. This square is made from a charm pack, 5-inch squares, and this one is 9 1/4 by, of course, 9 1/4, or this one's actually a little bit more. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make it rectangular. So if you have charm packs with some jelly roll strips, you can do that. That's what I'm going to do. And I am going to just iron this real quick, as nicely as I can, I guess you could say. And I'm going to chop this piece off real quick. I'm sorry that I am left-handed, so I'm always in the way. Okay, now that we cut off the excess, let me iron it again as straight as I can. Now I'm going to get our batting. Don't matter what kind of batting. This is a little scrap batting. And I'm just going to cut off a piece for this. Just cut off a little piece for this. Okay. And it does not have to be perfect at all, because we're going to make it perfect later on. Okay. Now, ooh, look at that. Ooh, ooh. Okay. I'll put some steam on it real quick. Okay. All right. And then with this one, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to roll it back. So that way it'll have like a 1/4 of an inch away, and I could cut off the excess. That way I can have a 1/4 of an inch of seam allowance, and I won't catch the batting, because sometimes the batting gets kind of thick after a while. All right, now come back to me. Now and I'm also gonna keep this little piece on here, layer it, because it's kind of bald right here, so we're just gonna layer that, kind of make it even. All right, and like I said, I just cut around, all the way around, a 1/4 of an inch from the seam, so that way we won't have bulk of the batting. Now for our backing, I'm just using just regular cotton. If it's too small, which I believe this one is, if it's too small, yeah, just like literally a tiny bit. See, that's literally a tiny bit. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give it an extra, a little bit more material than what I normally would need, and sew it together. Okay, so now that we did a 1/4 inch seam all the way around, I trimmed off the excess. I'm leaving, what I like to do is for the opening, I like to leave this little tab, one, to let me know where the opening is at, and two, at least it'll be a little bit easier when it tucks in. This one I might be a little, it might be a little bit finicky because the pieces are kind of loose. And then, but I also wanted to let y'all know that on the corners, to trim off these corners so that way it won't be bulky on there as well. And what I do is I put it corner to, edge to edge and go at an angle, but do not cut, do not cut the seam. And then when you do that, it's like that. So, and I just cut off a little bit more, you know, just for it to, I hope you are seeing this, just to make sure that the seams doesn't get off. Come on. There's the seam right there. I'm trying. I haven't done a video of sewing. I don't know, probably since the passing of my husband. I really haven't. But today I feel like sewing. Here's my last one. So just do a little snippety snip. Okay, now let's turn it right side out. Pop everything around. And what I'm doing is I'm also holding the finicky batting. I'm holding it so that way it won't like fall out or go somewhere else. But you want to do that. Poke out your corners. And if you can't poke them out, like super awesome pokey. And I use just the tip of my scissors. I don't stab. No, you just kind of swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Look, let me show you. Okay. Just in, and then kind of swish. See? See? And then I go along the edge to keep it down. And then you do it again. Go swish, 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 and then go around the edge just to keep it down. Then there's another edge. There's that. A little swish. A little swishy swish. And then go around the edge. And then last but not least, it's the last one. Tuck in the tab. Those are scissors for paper.
They're still cut. Try them.
No, no, no. You don't mix scissors for paper and scissors for material. Oh my gosh. Shut the fuck up. Alright. We're almost done. Now we're gonna quilt. So now that it's all the way in, everything is all nice and flat. And see, like nothing is poking out, nothing is scrunched over. Well, this is kind of, but that's alright. As good as it's gonna get. We're not winning a ribbon. So hold on, I'm gonna do it one more time because now that I'm saying it, I'm like, oh, I better fix it. All right. Yep, that's better. Close enough is better than good enough. All right. Now you want to do, since you did a 1/4 inch seam when you had put everything together, you're going to make it 1/8 of a seam, which is half of it, to keep it all together. There you go. All right, and we're going to go all the way around, sew all the way around, and then just start sewing, just quilting it, just start sewing. I'm just going to plop lines, and it's going to be abstract because that's the way I am. Okay, now, whew, that was a little fun. Steam this down, and oh yeah, I like this. All right, now I hope y'all can see this pattern. This is one of my favorite patterns. I've been trying my hardest to perfect it little by little, but all I did was I started in the middle and I did a triangle, and then I go out a little bit more, and then out a little bit more, and then where the other angle is at, just hit it and go out, hit it, go out, hit it, and just do that. And then it's like twists. And I always thought this was like super hard, but once you get into it, you know, it's pretty cool. I mean, even though, yeah, I kind of messed up right here, but you know what? Who cares? We're not winning a show. We're not getting a ribbon. So, anyways, that was it. Now I got something for my coffee mug, mug rug. See? Bam. And that's it. So I hope you like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, what all your YouTube says. And I'll see y'all in the next. Peace.